Hey guys, Jeff, welcome back to my shop. I'm working on one of my billy clubs. I call this the Dublin Billy, and this is beautiful cocobolo. And I wanted to show you today what I do right after I sand, but prior to putting on a finish. So I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but this is sold by Craft Supplies USA. It's Dr. Kirk's Scratch Free. Now this is a wood turning polishing wax, and what's cool about it is on the inside here we've got some waxes, some oils, and there's an abrasive that's in there as well. But this stuff works really, really good prior to applying your finish. So the way I approach this process is the first thing I'll do is I wipe this as much as I can with the lathe on to get all the dust off of it. Then to ensure all the dust is off of it, I take some denatured alcohol and I just go over it again, making sure I've got it all up. Nothing's going to interfere with the process of this wax. You can see I'm getting some more here. So I'll wipe this until it's nice and clean. And now once this is done, it evaporates pretty quickly. So you can already tell it's already evaporated on this part of it here. So the next portion of the process is going to be applying the abrasive wax onto the cocobolo. And to do that, I use a pretty liberal amount. And I don't have the lathe on at this time. What I do is I rotate it with my hand and I just apply it liberally across the surface, making sure I get it all covered. And the point of this polish is to remove the fine scratches before you put your finish on. And the stuff works really, really well. So now after I've got a nice liberal coat on here, I'm going to turn the lathe on to the speed at which I was originally sanding. In this case, it's right around 600. And then I take the paper towel. It still has some of the product on there. Now with moderate pressure, I'm going to go across this baton and really work in this wax and abrasive. And what happens is as you're going across, you're heating up that wax, and then the wax is going to release the abrasive. And the cool thing about this stuff is as you're using it and as you're applying that moderate pressure, that abrasive gets finer and finer. So you're really, as you're working through this process, you're really increasing the, I shouldn't say, you're decreasing the abrasive, for lack of better words, grit size, and getting a really nice smooth finish here. And you want to try to make an even amount of pressure across this whole piece, not focusing on one area in particular, kind of sharing the love all the way across. I'm going to do this for a couple more minutes and then we'll be back and I'll show you how I finish this up. Okay, now with a clean towel, I'm going to come back in. I've been working this for a while here with moderate pressure, and now I'm going to remove this product, whatever's left. I'm using moderate pressure here again. And I want to get it all off here. Now if I'm going to be using lacquer or other finishes where the wax is going to interfere, I can remove this with denatured alcohol after I get done removing the fine scratches. However, if I'm going to be applying a finishing wax, I can just apply it right over this, which is what I do a lot of times. Okay, so let's take a look here. One last run through. All right, get a really, really nice luster here, and you can see it's very smooth. A lot of the fine scratches I had a couple in here, a couple in here. They're all gone now. So it's done a great job. And my next step for these sticks is I just apply a nice finishing wax, a few coats of that. But this is a great product, guys. If you haven't used it before, Dr. Kirk's Scratch Free. I just wanted to share that with you.